Welcome out, family, to Art School with Brother Trav. I'm your host, Brother Trav, the Godbrotha. On this episode of Art School with Brother Trav, we are going to be featuring none other than my partner, my friend, my brother, my partner in crime, Truez. Yes, Truez. He's a hip-hop extraordinaire. If you have not yet heard of him, then you might want to go ahead and Google him right now. Truez is the way that he spells his name. This young man is on fire right now. He's making quite a name for himself all the way across the country. He's got some tremendous YouTube videos out here. His brother is super duper talented and very focused, looking to get to that next level. And with your help, we hope to get him there. What I want you to do is go ahead and get comfortable, get your popcorn, get your pops, and we're going to run and show a couple of commercial breaks right now. When we get back from that, we're going to be sitting here interviewing none other than my man, Truez. This episode of Art School with Brother Trav is sponsored by Body a la Mode by Sister La and Total Life Changes for a healthy body inside and out. For the entire line of natural and organic products including ISO Tea, NutriBurst, and NRG, visit www.bodyalamode.com. That's Body a la Mode by Sister La and Total Life Changes. Okay, and welcome back to the all-new Art School with yours truly, Brother Trav. And as I promised, we're sitting here live with the hip-hop artist, MC, if we shall. And his name is Truez. Right. And what we're going to do, you and I, we kind of have a relationship to where we go back a little ways. But I'm going to do this interview with you as if I don't know who you are. Okay, because the people at home may not know who you are. Okay.
I mean, Truez stands for the realest you ever slept on. So
the realest you ever slept on.
The Z is for the sleep symbol.
I've known you all this while, and I didn't know that. I did not know that part. Okay, and so with that being said, we're here in the CSRA, which is the Augusta, Georgia area. Are you a native of Augusta?
I would like to, all depends on, what we define as native, but I would consider myself native now.
Well, what about born and raised? Were you born?
I was born in Jersey.
You were born in Jersey.
Jersey, Brick City. Shout out to the Bricks. All my cousins and family out there, but I was raised here for a significant part of, the golden years, and not the golden years, like, not old, but I'm old soul, but no, I stayed here for the meat of my life, and so I claim Augusta.
Okay, so you actually went to high school here and everything like that?
Yeah, high school, middle school too.
Okay, all
right.
right.
Elementary school actually, but I moved to Atlanta after that.
Okay.
Instead of Virginia.
So you've been moving around a little bit. Okay, so that's good because you kind of, you pick up something wherever you go. You know what I'm saying?
I'm more socially inclined now.
Absolutely. Okay, and so what I'm curious about is, because you're a young guy, and so, see myself, I actually saw hip-hop evolve. I'm an older cat, and I saw hip-hop. I remember when there was no hip-hop. I remember when here in the Augusta, Georgia area, there wasn't even really an R&B station. We all used to listen to WBBQ, but all the music was pop music. I would actually lived a lot of my life in Atlanta, you know, my younger years in Atlanta, and then came back here. But I do remember a day and time where, you know, there wasn't any hip hop. And then we saw hip hop evolve. Your generation was actually born into hip hop, where it was something that's natural to you. So what I'm curious about is, yeah, exactly. You take it for granted, right?
Yeah.
And so what I'm curious about is, who are some of your earliest influences, your earliest hip hop influences?
I would have to say Tupac. I remember being in Jersey. My brother Corey, he would play Tupac. We'd be going to sleep, but I hear changes and all of that stuff being played on repeat. And you know, at that time, I'm just like, you know, I'm listening. It's good music. I'm listening to Al Green, all of that. And the first song that I ever learned, by the way, the first Tupac song was Changes. The first song I ever heard was Up Jumps the Boogie by Missy Elliott, Timberland McCool, Aaliyah, and all that.
Okay.
But that was my early, you know, stages of hip hop. I would be next to the boombox with my brother. They be learning the words, and I kind of just be, you know.
And so what about age? You know, about what age were you in?
It was probably 97, 98. I was probably like 9.
Okay, so real youngster.
Yeah, before 10, before my preteen years, you know. And my brother rapped, my older brother rapped, and he was doing this thing out in Jersey for a while. But I wasn't really, as a younger kid, I wasn't into his music per se, but I was into the fact that he was doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like cool to see that, but I wasn't really that interested. But I would hear Tupac and stuff like that. I hear his song, my brother's song, but Tupac basically was that guy.
Okay. All right, and so was there a particular, I'm wondering how you eventually started rapping. Like, how did you find your gift in hip hop?
I would like to say, I think it's crazy because it was such a journey. Looking back on it now, you know, all that I even accomplished at this small level. But I remember when I wanted to do it, I was in 8th grade and I was going to Murphy Middle, and I was a class clown. You know? But I was the kind of class clown that got all good grades without trying because I passed the test. But I made the class laugh and got kicked out, all of that stuff.
Okay.
But I bought this little handheld tape recorder. My brother had it for college. And I remember I remixed How We Do by 50 Cent Game, but I made it into something funny and something like that, you know. The whole class laughing, but my one homie, my closest homie, was like, yo, that's actually pretty good.
Let me take you higher. If you wanna go now. Let me take you higher. I heard you never rode on a plane before. Never heard the crowd scream my name before. It's a lot of things you didn't know. You only get one shot. What the fuck you aiming for? Hey, let's go. Yeah, I've been down since I met her, and now I'm getting hot like my mama old Jetta, and I still sweat her in my Truez Nation sweater. But the weather never dictates the bread that needs to be made. The butler got my blood rushing on his record. It's a lot of niggas in the city talking reckless, accidentally forcing me to get hectic, taking flights out of the state, and I'll be back before breakfast. Now I'm flexing and I'm ripping out of the t-shirt that I woke up in, and this hurts big enough, so I'ma see if I can fit you in. Meanwhile, I'm in the studio with lady friends, 10 years removed from the graves that they children in, chilling in a hoopty, dreaming about a biz. Let's go. Let's go. For real. If anybody can do it, it's no need for me. But since you haven't done it, I guess you needin' me. Tossing and turning inside my bed sheets, brand new spring, still managed to make the bed squeak.
So now, welcome to my living room, man.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. I wanted to bring you over here into the living room to talk about what we're getting ready to get into.
Yeah.
Before we went to the commercial break, you started talking a little bit about your experience and, you know, getting into the Augusta music scene. Okay, so now I remember this era, which, you know, I was hosting a show around that time that was at one of the local establishments, and, you know, we would have like open mic type of show and live band and all this stuff here. A lot of artists who are very popular now actually came and got their start there on that mic. So I feel really proud to see you, because you were one of the artists that, you know, blessed our stage, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I will say this.
The footage
This
is
is
still out there, man.
okay. The footage is still out there. Okay. This is one thing that I remember very vividly about you then. You were not a happy camper all the time because Truez wasn't getting no love. Truez was not getting the respect that he thought he deserved, and not only respect. I think these cats was probably trying to not let you in.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I asked you a little earlier where you were from and did you go to high school here and that kind of thing, because they was really maybe perhaps, or maybe you saw it as they was trying to play you to the left or play you, you know, some kind of way. And from my perspective, maybe it was because you weren't doing the kind of music that they did, or elaborate on that a little bit, because you really seemed frustrated at that time.
Yeah. Well, I was greatly frustrated. At that time, I was with Tony, and we had a song called Text It Back. It was the first song I ever got played on the radio. Kid Joe played it, Power 107. And I hated it.
You hated the song?
Yes, and I wrote it, but I hated it. I knew why I wrote it. You know, I did it off the strength of, you know, it was me and my homie at the time, so I can't think solely for myself. So, you know, I wrote the song, and, you know, first song we got played on the radio, we went and performed it at Alter Egos during they brought down A&Rs from Shady Records and Bad Boy and all of that stuff. We performing it over there. Club 706 back when that was open. Showcases, we opened up for DJ Across the Bridge with this song. Like I guess, you know, in a way we were really pushing this song.
And you were a young guy. I think you were in these
17,
clubs 18. And you weren't old
enough
to be in there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
As a matter, see, all of this, you're making me, like, I don't think about this stuff. I just want you to know that, like, I really throw it to the side a lot and to keep going. But yeah, man, I really feel like, you know, it had a lot to do with because people felt like I wasn't from here. And, you know, of course, 5 years ago, I wasn't here as long. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I've been here like since 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up with people since 12 years old. Like, you know, and I've been visiting down here since I was 6 and 2 and 4. So I felt like I had, you know, leeway to do what I was doing, but other people didn't. So fast forward to like even the time when I stopped complaining, when I stopped being so angry, and I just say, you know what? I remember my homeboy Rashad Polo Black. I was like, man, these radio DJs ain't playing nothing. I was calling them all out. Sly Tay, Kid Joe, all of them. They're not playing anything other than, you know, a sound that Atlanta has from an Augusta artist. Because quite frankly, the problem with Augusta is the fact that there is no hip hop identity. You know, there is no music identity. You know, we know who came out of Augusta, one prominent person, but everybody else, you know, they went to Atlanta, they did this, they do that, they don't really fully give the city an identity. Now, here I come, and I feel like, not saying I'm doing something crazy totally different, but in Augusta, I have a totally separate identity than the people that were born at the time.
Okay.
So, fast forward, you know, I drop Art91, they still hating. Art91 came out in 2013, still hating.
Okay, so when you say hating, is this just you could feel that vibration, or were they actually literally like, okay, not trying to put you on the bill at the shows, or not trying to give you no gigs, or? At
the shows, well, first of all, I'm glad you brought up shows. My phone doesn't ring too often, even now, you know what I'm saying? So, that's now, that's 2015, even after 3 CDs, 10 plus videos, trips to New York, interviews, tour. Phone still doesn't ring because of that identity thing, because I bring something that they don't know how to even market that. They won't even know how to begin to put me on a flyer, because the flyer that they're used to putting out has half-naked women on it and somebody at the top looking like a superstar, but they're not. So here I come, where what are we gonna do with this guy? He's talking about something that we like, that we know, that we're familiar with, but it doesn't sound like what's on. And what's on is Atlanta, and I get that. But when you come into Augusta, people need to realize Augusta is not an A market, it's not a B market, it ain't a C market, it's a D market. Meaning, it's no reason why people should be picky with artists in the city. They should be playing everybody because it's a D market. Meaning, ain't nobody even coming here. You know, people are lucky now that a person like Kevin Hart has a work ethic as it comes to Augusta. Right. You know, because we only get retired artists. Okay. You know, J. Cole and Wale came to Augusta last year. They even packed the place out. And those dudes are the dudes that people want to hear now. Yes. You know what I'm saying? But why didn't they pack the place out? Because Augusta doesn't have that kind of identity. So I think that's what I bring. Now, everybody that was on when I started and when I was complaining is not on right now. Yes. And if they are on, they're not here. So now is the DJ's opportunity, and this is my challenge to the DJs, the Kid Joes, the Slates, the Sellers, the Quets, the Nightmares, the everybody, to play the artists from here. Because the game is changing, and it's changing in a way where it could be going back to something good, or it could be going to something totally different. Either way, people aren't used to me, which means I'm different. I'm kind of like a familiarity to the 90s, but I'm a testament of now. So people should hop on a person like Truez or Harvey Harv or AE and stuff like that. I remember, you know, I went up to the radio station one time and I brought up this track, Heaven Knows, and you know, we got it spent on Independent Sundays and stuff like that. I was really good. Now, I'm about to gear up for Damn a Lifetime drop. I got Sarcasm out, nasty joint, you know. I'm about to go on tour. You know, we called up Kid Joe, and Kid Joe said we couldn't come to the radio station no more. So we've been up here twice, and in my mind, I thought to myself, and he told me the first time I was up there, he gave me my first radio interview. First one. He told me when I was there, if you're working, we got you. If you're working, we play you. If you're working, you know what I'm saying? That's the words that went in my head. All I've been doing since then was working. So when I got that, nah, you can't come up here, you've been up here twice. The only thing I got from that is, what happens when I blow? Mm-hmm. Does that mean that twice still stands? Or am I going to give spins then? You know what I mean? I felt like once that was said, that means nobody believes. And Kid Joe is the pinnacle of DJs. And when the pinnacle of DJs say something like that, that means nobody believes either in you or that kind of music. Right. That it can be successful enough for them to even spend time trying to play. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand that, so I made Sarcasm. Sarcasm was me being angry at that. And I stopped talking about it and I started making it reflect in my music and my moves. I said, okay, I'm gonna put my foot on these people's necks, not by Facebook, you know, not by going to Twitter, not by going to Instagram, but simply making moves. Kid Cudi said one time, he said, no worries, I just kill a bee with success. You know what I'm saying? And I took that, even though he was talking about women, and that does kill women real slow too when you're successful. Oh boy, that's not. So yeah, but it kills other people too. Mm-hmm. So one thing I realized is keep pushing, things will come. Slate is just now, you know, starting to hop on and spin my stuff, and you know, he apologized. He was like, yo, you know, my bad for sleeping on you. You know what I'm saying? But that's a stand-up dude. Stand-up people do that. You know, he may have heard me a while ago, but he was one of those dudes that stayed true to what Kid Joe said, which was, if you're working, we play you. So he's playing me. Now I'm waiting for Kid Joe. And, you know, there's no hard feelings with Kid Joe or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I respect him and everything that he has going on. But he got to understand that he is the man. And little dude, he know that can affect somebody. When you say you can't come up here again, that can affect, because now Power 107 is out. So now in Augusta, when it comes to making my moves locally, that's a big. You're limited. Yo, and that was a big thing right there. That just got taken out of the way. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, 103 didn't even know who I was. So I have nothing. So what I do, I leave and I go on tour. You know what I'm saying? I'll come back. I'm like, all right, what's up? Nothing. Crickets. All right, boom. Go to New York. Come back. Yo, what's up? Nothing. Crickets. Boom. Go back up.
Right.
You know.
Okay. And so, not to cut you off, but somewhere in here, you spoke about and you started naming some of the different projects that you dropped. How many full-length projects have you dropped actually? Full length, not singles. I mean, like either a complete album or a mixtape.
I haven't even dropped a single yet, so all of them has been full projects. So Red October was my first solo full project. Let me take it back. Talk of the Town in West Side. People that went to West Side know what CD that was. Talk of the Town, 2 Worlds with me and Tony. My Red October CD back in 2010. That had 19 tracks on it. Good Talk after that had 19 tracks on it. 2011. Art91 came in 2013. Had a little dry period, but I was recording. I was growing as an artist. I came back. Then that's when I had my first professional video. Well, first 3 professional videos. That had over 25 tracks on it. Then My Lifetime comes out literally like 4 or 5 months later on Tupac's birthday, and that has 19 tracks on it. And then I dropped True Enough, and that right there has 19 tracks on it. And now because of that, I have over 13 videos, and combining. So I have a career's worth of work in the last year, which is why I am where I'm at. But I have a career's worth of work, which got people in New York noticing me, because when you're in a D-list market, it takes so long for these people to grasp on to who's hot in Augusta. I went up there, nobody even know what Augusta is. Right. And I'm sitting here explaining it, so now I'm thinking in my mind like, whoa, I'm doing something totally different. Yes. I'm not doing nothing regular. This is not going to Atlanta and getting a single popping and acting like a rapper. This is not that. This is me going to New York and busting down a door that has not been bust down. And this is up north, who people have this stigma that they're just so angry and they hate the South. They need us right now. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like what I'm doing is knocking down a door so people like a P Nice not saying he can't do it on his own, because I know he makes perfect moves on his own, but it gives New York a look at Augusta so people can go up there and be prosperous. Or when I blow, people get signed from out of here because of me going and doing something totally unprecedented.
GT Films.
Hey, them niggas don't even know why they mad though. Yeah. I'm from the bottom just like them. Choosy baby. I'm from the bottom, we don't see the sun. Yeah, walk to school with your homie's gun. Yeah, walk to school in your brother's shoes. I'm just trying to get my own cool. Mama cussing in the morning at me. My grandmama gossiping and being chatty. She only like us on a Sunday. What? She ignore me any other day. That's fucked up. Been in the days, stuck in my ways. I was. That's when I started understanding the game. Time for a play. Yeah. Growing up, you kinda blind to it. All my cousins know how slime do it. They do. Before the club, drinking hella fluids. Cause tonight we getting hella foolish. And all the drama is the influence. Know how we do it, let it go. Hey, what they mad for? I tried to let it ride. You can see it in my eyes. I am not the mother guy. Hey, what they mad for? I'm coming out the slums. Fuck your mad boy, you talking to the one. Hey, what they mad for?
You were just telling us all about all these different projects that you've dropped, full-length projects and stuff like that. It seems like every time I log on my Facebook, you coming out with a new video, or you coming out with a new single, or a song, or something, man. It just makes me feel like you're really busy.
Yes.
And I don't know if this is just maybe like an image that you're trying to make it seem like you're really busy, or are you really that busy right now?
I am really that busy.
So I mean, all these albums, mixtapes, 19 tracks. Are you just like always writing?
Yeah, I probably last year, I recorded 104 songs, and that's including the projects, only two projects at that time.
Right, which means you wrote at least 104 songs.
Yes, because I don't really do the whole
freestyle.
So that's if you go in the studio, it's notebooks everywhere. Manila notebooks everywhere, like filled. You got old ones from when I first started writing. You got free verse joints. You got, you know what I'm saying, songs where I put the time at when I wrote it. It's like a mad scientist when you go into my studio. I got my own spot, so I be really that busy because in Augusta, when you take a day off, like I was saying earlier, in the D market, when you take a day off, you lose. And that's just, and me, when I quit my job, I was, a little backstory, I was 21, made supervisor at ARTSKOOL. And by the way, that brought me socially to a whole different demographic. I worked with gay people, atheists, white people, Indians, all of that. So I have crazy perspective on the world. But when I got rid of all of that, you know what I'm saying? And when you do something like that for a dream or for what you want to do in life, you kind of gotta work on it every day. Like you can't take a break. So when I wake up at home, it's a time where I'll be like, oh, I can't stay here. Gotta go to the studio. And when I get to the studio, I turn the TV on and I go right into I don't know why I turn the TV on, but I turn the TV on and I go right into the booth area and I start surfing my SoundCloud, looking at the analytics. I play a beat, cut the beat off, look at some more analytics, then I get the urge to write. I start writing 6 songs, and I'll probably finish the 6 songs in like 2 weeks. So then when I do that, I have already recorded about 3 in the process of writing the 6. So then by that time, I just record all 6 songs in like 1 week. Then I have 15 songs in like 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so for me personally as a writer, I can write once I get a concept or some type of inspiration. But the most complicated part is coming up with the concept and the inspiration.
Alright, so my concepts and inspirations, it's crazy. I don't even want to say my music has thought out concept. What happens is I hear a beat, and my music is emotional driven. It's all driven by emotions. You know what I'm saying? Because I may have been going through some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm looking at Twitter and I'm like, y'all girls doing that? You know what I'm saying? So it's all emotional. I start writing. I write the verse before I write the hook sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And then the hook will reflect the verse. And then the second verse will be even nastier just because now I have the concept.
Something to build on.
Yeah, my concepts come after I start writing. So, you know what I'm saying? It gets deadly. So when you listen to my music, it gets deadlier by 3 minutes and 44 seconds by the time.
Okay. All right. And so currently, what are you working on right now?
I got a lot. This is what I mean by stay busy, because I got a lot of things that I think I should do, want to do, can do, and I shouldn't be doing. But I want to tap into the single market. I want to release a single. I think let the people see a different side of Truez. But it's this particular project that I'm going to do called Raw and Underprivileged. And the rawness stands for, I think the world today is too sensitive. I think you can't say anything no more. You can't say anything about anything anymore, or else you get slapped on the hand. You know what I'm saying? Or fired from your job.
Absolutely.
Or suspended. Like, it's just stupid, right?
Demoted.
Yes. So I'm looking at comedy. I'm looking at Chris Rock, Martin, Richard Pryor, and how like raunchy and explicit their comedy was. And then I'm looking.
But they all went through it though. They, if you research Richard Pryor, if you research Eddie Murphy, they got slap on the hands too.
But more people like it. Now you got Kevin Hart. No offense to Kevin Hart, you know what I'm saying? But he's a cleaner version of all those people.
Yes.
And when you have somebody like that in comedy as the face, and then you have in other places like other clean people as the face, there's no room for a Malcolm X type of person. You know what I'm saying? And I think Raw and Underprivileged, I want to speak directly to the people who are underprivileged, such as Black African Americans, because we're born with nothing. You know what I'm saying? No legacy, no money, no fair shot, no nothing. So that's the underprivileged aspect. The raw aspect is how I'm gonna tell you how you raw and underprivileged. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and so this is actually gonna be a song or a project?
Project, and you know, I was gonna do like, you know, long, like I'd be, 19 tracks or whatever, but I think I wanna do 5 tracks, but I wanna not come out with individual videos, but make like a 20-minute maybe documentary with those songs playing in the background, and then put the content out on live mixtapes or something like that. But I want to talk directly to underprivileged people. I want to talk to my people on this CD before my industry ties get too heavy and to the point where I get too busy and hectic to focus on something that I would love to do. So I feel like that's next. Raw and underprivileged in the single market is next. But I'm always recording. I got a video coming out soon. I don't know when people are gonna see this, but I got Nights with the Kid coming out. But
what's the name of it?
Nights with the Kid, and that's on True Enough, the 3. That's my third CD, my third solo joint. But I got that coming out. But I'm always doing something. I make sure I'm never having no dry spells.
Right, you're never idle.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm only getting older, and life is only getting harder, and you know what I'm saying? And the world, the cost of living is so high that if you don't do nothing, working on your dream and make some money, then you just spending it.
My question to you is, where do you see Truez in the next 3 years?
In the next 3 years?
3 years from now, 2018. What are you going to be doing?
I'll be 26 at that time. Probably, I really want to be in front of crowds of people who know my music. And I think that's my ultimate music goal right now, is to be in front of a crowd who knows my music. Because I've been just working on music for a very long time, and nobody knows the words and nobody knows the music. So I'm ready for that, when I can drop the mic and the crowd finishes the lyric. You know?
Okay.
So that's my 3 year goal.
This is a segment of the show to where I like to call it Bet You Didn't Know. Okay? And this is a segment where I want you to start out with those words. Bet you didn't know. And you're going to tell me something that I don't know and those people at home don't know about you. Bet you didn't know.
I bet y'all didn't know that I'm the one that brought real rap back to Augusta.
Hey man, this has been a whole lot of fun sitting here talking to you. Like I said, it feels like a family reunion or something. We've been catching up, man. I wish you much success. I can see it. I feel it all the way down in my bones. I wish I could give you some advice. My only advice is just keep grinding, man. Keep going in that direction. You're already on the path.
I appreciate you for having me. Like I said, this is monumental for me, and I'm always remember this, just like I remember the first time I put on stage for a story.
Okay, and you're gonna remember it because it's gonna be documented right here.
Yes, forever.
Forever.
On the internet.
And ever and ever and ever and ever.
Ever.
All right, and thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to this episode of the all-new Art School with yours truly, Brotha Trav, and my guest for today, Truez. Yeah, that was my man Truez. I know you fired up and pretty hyped right about now, because I sure am. That young brother is super talented and very smart, very intellectual. I like this guy. I just encourage you to go ahead and support Truez as an artist, and not just Truez, any artist that's an independent artist trying to make a name for themselves. Whatever town you're in, whatever community, whatever city, please do what you can to go out and support these artists. Buy their records, buy their mixtapes. If you see somebody having a show, go see their performance and pay those little couple of dollars to see them perform. Your presence not only encourages them, but the money and the proceeds usually goes into helping them produce more art. And so we need you to be very supportive, and that's what Art School with Brotha Trav is all about. As for now, I'm out. I'm your man, Brotha Trav. Peace.